Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Trending in Studios. I am your host, Ben. We are doing The Walking Dead, episode 15, Something They Need, Predictions. All right, we're going to get right into this as the episode is starting in less than 3 hours. I want to get this up as soon as possible, guys. All right, so first, we're just going to touch on all of the characters that I want to actually talk about. So we're going to start with Sasha. I think it's pretty much all but confirmed that she's going to be captured. I think that it's possible she gets Eugene's pill this episode or next episode, and she would return to Rick's group and possibly fight someone. Yes, that's kind of a spoiler. It's what happens in the comics. I think they may not do the exact same thing, but something similar. So that is my prediction, that Sasha becomes basically Holly. Next of all, Rosita. I think that she runs into Dwight. I think that we all know that it's not Daryl at this point. I think it's Dwight, and I think he lets her go. I think that it may not be the most friendly parting, but I think that it's just the start for Dwight into showing whose side he's really on, even though I think that he'll continue working for the Saviors from the inside the entire war. My prediction. All right, next we're going to move on to Gregory. I think this could possibly go a lot of ways, guys. If they follow the comics, then it makes me think that this episode he's not going to do anything bad. They're teasing that he does, but that doesn't mean anything. So I'm not totally sold on the fact that he does anything bad in this episode. If he does, he would be going to Simon. However, I think that if he does go to Simon, it would make more sense for him to go in episode 8. In the comics, that does happen, but not to Simon. He goes to Negan, and he ends up being accepted back into Hilltop, where after the war he is hanged, and not for what he did during the war, but for what happens after the war. So I'm not totally sold on the fact that Negan. Oh, I'm not sold on the fact that Gregory turns on the group at the moment. I think he will turn on the group a little bit in next episode, which would be not next episode, but episode 1 of season 8, possibly episode 2. Lastly, I think that Rick's group, who meets up with Oceanside, I think this is going to be tough because I can't decide basically if they're going to get involved right away or not. I think that they'll end up giving weapons right off the bat, but I'm not sure that they're going to agree to join in the fight right away. But if I had to predict, I will say they agree to join the fight, but they need to get ready and they will not take part in anything the rest of the season. I think they give guns though to Rick and group so they can start fighting the Saviors right off the bat. That's my prediction about that. However, I think that when they first get there, things will be tense, but I think things will eventually get smoothed over. I don't think anybody from Oceanside or from our group will die during this, but if somebody does, I think it would be somebody from Oceanside, and hopefully that's not the case, because if somebody dies, it's going to be harder to get them to agree with our group going forward, and we need them. It's awesome to know that right now we have the Kingdom there to help us at the moment. But we don't know that, or we know that Rick doesn't know that. So they, at the moment, they know they need like the Oceanside. The Scavengers have agreed to help, but I don't think in the end we can trust them. I think the Scavengers are going to help Negan's side come episode 16, the beginning of All Out War, which the rest of it will take place obviously next season. Remember to stay tuned for my reaction video up tonight. I will have it up no later than 11 p.m. Central Time, if not sooner. It'll be a full reaction, guys, no video, but I'll have complete audio. You'll see my complete reaction to the show. Make sure to stay tuned. We'll see you next time right here on Trending in T.I.Studios. Peace.